how do you create a sense of presence, of togetherness in an online, in a digital community? There's a lot of questions centered around community building. And by far, I want to tell you up front, I am not the community builder. I work with community builders. I'm not the influencer. I play one on TV and on YouTube. But what I've learned in these contexts is that it is so important to be accessible, to be available for people. And so whether it's jumping on a stream once a week where people are able to connect with you and watch and hear from you as you, an influencer, you as an individual are speaking out to many via one-way communication, or whether it's doing multiple open offices where you're jumping on a Google Meet call or a Discord or Zoom, the Brady Bunch tic-tac-toe grid, you're having a two-way conversations with individuals. It's so important to be accessible and available. And even beyond just that, even interacting with people as they are in the community, as they have questions, if they have thoughts, as they're talking about the things that are important to them, to be able to respond, to encourage, to pray for. Not just, I jokingly say, it's not just a praying hands emoji. It's actually using your thumbs to pray. It's using the keyboards on our devices to pray for people in real time. And this is just the beginning of what it looks like to start to be accessible, to be available. And what you'll see is that the more that you are accessible, the more that people, well, they start to feel like they can replicate you. One of the greatest joys I actually had the other day in our online community. Within the church digital, there's two of our senior leaders, Leighton, Flatcap, and myself. We're pretty much the two that are the most involved at the relational aspect of our Discord and our WhatsApp communities. And so, he and I are just constantly engaging. The community is always up on one of my monitors when I'm sitting at my desk. I'm always getting pings on my phone. And and now Leighton has a similar setup where he's at, and so we're always responding. We're always talking to somebody. It feels like multiple times a day. And there was a situation. Leighton, God bless him, went on vacation, and so he's on a cruise ship somewhere out in the middle of the Caribbean Ocean, disconnected from all technology devices. And so I was covering communities, which was not a problem. Well, the funny thing was, I had a situation pop up, and my wife and I went on a road trip, and so I actually had opportunity for an all day Saturday to almost have a micro vacation with my wife because we were just in the car driving from one place to another and back again, literally over one day. And so for about 18 hours, I was disconnected from my devices, and I really wasn't paying attention. And this really cool thing happened in the community during this stretch. Um, it went on without us. Like the conversations that came up, the some of the sensitive topics that came up that normally I would have jumped all over because it's no, I feel like I need to own this. I need to be the one to answer this difficult question. It was really interesting. Some of these people that have been hanging out with us over the months, some of these people that have been in and out of these open offices, and some of these people that feel like they've been, connecting with us through our streams. Well, they answered the question pretty much as well, if not better, than I would have answered it myself. And so by giving people the opportunity to connect, to engage with us in community, we kind of got to the place organically where we're not even really needed that much in the community. Sure, we do open offices. Sure, we'll still do streams. But we're getting to this place now within our communities where we don't have to be the sole owner of the community. That people in the community are starting to take it over for themselves. And that's a beautiful place. When, yes, you want to be accessible, but when you're no longer needed, I mean, shoot, that's like, when the high school kid goes away to college and can take care of themselves. When the college kid gets the degree and you can sit back and bask in the greatness of where we are. That is a beautiful place to be. And for you all starting communities who can you start to grow? Who can you start to add into? Who can you start to apprentice to get to that place?